What's going on, my Lassie, and all you ladies and gentlemen out there, and welcome back to another Chitodoxes, or the first one I had. Today we are going to be investigating Halo Reach right here in theater mode, and I'm joined today with my pal Juggernaut. Say hi to the folks, Jug.
Hello, everyone.
So, Jug, what do you think of all this? My segment, of course.
Well, I think it'll be a very interesting thing for the fans.
Well, Jug, what you're about to see right here, right now, is nothing you could ever believe. I mean, it was around like a few weeks ago and everything, and it was so mind-blowing, Jug. But anyway, let's not waste any time, and let's get started right here. All right. So, in order for us to like see the Chitodoxes at the same time, I have him downloaded right there. So basically, we're gonna start at 0 and everything. So, Jug, on my mark, we're gonna play, okay?
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, mark. Note that we're gonna play this all the way through, so therefore, if it's too fast for you guys, just let me know, and yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so Jug, here's how it is. I started off well, right?
Oh, it looks like a normal game.
I know, right? But this is when it gets really, really interesting. And I'm going to show the scoreboard for the sake of all this. And I'm going to update it. Okay, so they got the first kill, no problem. I was with the guy named Dead Spartan. Excuse me a moment. So I was thinking, you know, everything's all well and all that stuff. Sorry, my throat is a little dry today, guys, so... And then all of a sudden, the motherfucker... he stops behind me, right? All of a sudden, my own pal ran me over. I'm like, what the hell is that, you know?
Wow, just... wow.
So, Jug, this Dead Spartan guy, do you know him?
Lost the lead.
Dead Spartan.
The leader.
What I've understood, he betrayed a, 2 of our old allied clans.
Oh, that explains why he ran me over. That bastard.
Yeah, he must have seen you and...
I know, right? A lot of haters nowadays, right, Jug?
Lost the lead.
I know.
Alright, so finally I get a kill right here with this ghost, so that's all well and good.
Lost
Yeah,
the lead.
game still looks normal, Cheeto.
I know, right? So right now y'all must be thinking, oh, I'm lying. I'm all this and that. But this is where it gets really interesting, Joe. Watch this. I mean, look at this. As I go to the cave.
Tied the leader.
And then all of a sudden... Alright, pull out my fuel rod thinking I'm going to get this guy, right? All of a sudden, he throws a rocket. What the hell is that?
What?
Look, yo! You saw that, right?
What?
It almost... That one ran right into my face. It almost kicked me right in the face. And then suddenly, he throws street cones.
Oh.
I'm thinking, okay, what? Why am I throwing street cones? Luckily they didn't realize it. So I had to take him a while to, you know.
Tied the leader. Gained the lead.
Those rockets are real rockets, too.
I know, right? Why am I throwing all this? I'm like, what the hell is all this?
Could be pretty useful, though.
I know, right? So, Jug, anybody else that want to, like, you know, react to this? You know, somebody you know right next to you right now, maybe?
Let's get Gigi's input on this.
Yeah, so let's get Gigi Wolf 96 on the line here. Gigi, can you hear us?
I honestly don't know what to say to this.
I mean, say anything, really. I mean, what do you think of all this, though? Me throwing rocket-propelled grenades. You know, stuff appearing out of nowhere. I mean, what do you have to say to all this? Look, there's a green light that shouldn't belong.
Could be happy.
Oh, just for the reference, it's Kill Slim Shady with a headshot, Eminem reference, so now you know. Look, I'm throwing rocket-propelled grenades on all that stuff.
That could be really useful, though. I wouldn't mind having that.
Yeah, but you know, Joe, that's kind of illegal in matchmaking and all that stuff.
Yeah, true. It'd be fun in a custom game.
Yeah. Okay.
It could make some interesting custom.
Now this is where... Okay, I'm still trying to get used to the fact that I have, like, rocket nades instead of actual regular grenades.
Yeah.
So I never really did well in this one. Well, I did average, but at the end, so that's kind of like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what, Jug? I mean, this is exactly the reason why, you know, matchmaking is not that safe nowadays. Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, if people can start modding and matchmaking, I've never heard of this happening.
I mean, I know.
I mean, sure, I think...
I mean, if you look at this, look at this. Look, there's grids appearing right on my base. What is this? What the fuck is that?
Happened to be that...
Asshole.
Do you think it was that guy? He just happened to be right there.
Maybe. Let's look at the scoreboard once again. Everybody's still there, and as you know, whoever is modding this is sure more interested in messing up the matchmaking game than actually, you know, winning, but I don't think they're here to win at all. And you know what? Neither am I. All I have to say is that this is ridiculous. And you know what? It's real.
Cheeto,
Yes, Gigi. Go.
was there anybody wearing ultra white before the game started?
As a matter of fact, Gigi, thank you for bringing that up. That's a good point, though. There were actually 3 people that wore the ultra white armor, though. And if you look at the scoreboard, though, I'm thinking those blanks on the blue team must be wearing the ultra white armor. I think one of them is the culprit around here.
Notice that Shadow Maker, who we saw where the mods were appearing at, only has 1 kill.
Yeah. And look at this. I was able to go on top of the grid like it was nothing. So eventually, these mods are real.
Yes.
They're not trying to. And look at this. I got colorblind now. Now I'm colorblind. What the hell is this?
Now from far distance, if you're zoomed in with perhaps a sniper rifle, you can't tell who's an enemy and who's not.
This would give the people with ultra wide an advantage in a way.
Indeed, though. But you know what, though? There is one problem with that, though. Even though we're colorblind, though, there are arrows above them that signify who's on your team. I mean, if you look at the tags, though, I can still see my teammates, though.
That is true, Cheetah. You make a good point there.
Oh, and this is when it gets a little bit suspicious. Now, I heard somebody quit, and of course, it was the Eminem wannabe Slim Shady. And this is where it gets really, really interesting.
More interesting than what this already is, Cheetah?
Yeah. For some reason, I lost the ability to, you know... Actually, I'm gonna let the game speak for itself. Alright, then, so I'm thinking, okay, 1 quit. I'm gonna get this guy. Oh, you see that, right? I lost the ability to repel rockets. So therefore, I lost God mode already. My grenades became normal again. So what am I thinking? It has to be Shady, right? As soon as he quit it, the mods that affected him we took with him. So I'm thinking right now, right, that Slim Shady must have something to do with one of these mods, and I think the others may have something to do with the others. You don't think Bungie was alerted to this, right?
Oh, I think, I mean, Bungie can detect this type of stuff. I think once they start, I mean, their computers can do this. I think once these people started modding, Bungie started keeping an eye on this game, because you know Bungie can watch any game.
Yeah, even though they said goodbye and all that stuff, you know, before Halo 4, right? And and you know what though? Even though Bungie kind of quit and everything, you know, they're still watching this. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Another smash. There's another one right there. He quickly DMR'd me, you know, perfectly. 5 shots in rapid succession. No DMR can fire that fast.
So the mods definitely got to be coming from the other team.
Yeah.
Oh, and Cheeto, if you go and look at who's on and who's not, 3 people have now been taken off.
Exactly.
You did say there were 3 people that had ultra white.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking at first, though. But you know, another smash could be another one too, and he already has an emblem. So, in retrospect, you don't have to be ultra white in order to mod and all that stuff.
Oh, I know, but it...
Well,
you know.
oh, there's another smash right there. He quit it as soon as he was found out.
wait a minute, Cheeto. I just remembered. Nobody is allowed to take ultra-white armor into matchmaking. That is not allowed.
Oh yeah! Thank you for pointing that out, Chug.
I know someone that did that once, and Bungie detected them and kicked them out of Reach.
No kidding. Look, I mean, this is really, really crazy. I mean, for the rest of the time, I'm just walking around thinking, what has transpired here? I mean, this is like one of those rare moments that I have to call, and there is that asshole that ran me over earlier. I don't know why, though.
Didn't see this time.
Alright, check this out. I'm aiming at this guy, and the stupid cowboy got in the way. You saw that, right? I just witnessed him do that! I just witnessed him do that! You saw that, right?
Yep.
I was about to shoot him, and then as soon as that kill ball appeared, right, he moved too. You see that, right? I knew it was it.
Yeah.
And I tried to kill this tank, and unfortunately, it got sucked down into the ground. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really is.
Hey, Cheeto.
Yes, Gigi, go ahead.
Know how you said that you think people who are modding are the ones without any emblem?
Yeah.
The person who was staying there and then the kill ball just popped up.
Remaining.
But the one people with no emblem.
That is true.
You could be right, Gigi. You could be right. Okay, but anyways, though. Oh, no, you first. Go ahead.
3 people with ultra white, 3 people with no emblems, and a bunch of mods started appearing. That can't be just a coincidence, Cheeto.
No. And for the rest of the time, only these 3 remain. And for some reason, these are the only 3 that are not affected by all this. You know, they're just normal players.
Yeah. I can't believe this, Cheeto. I've heard of people modding in custom games, but never in all my years of Halo have I ever seen someone mod in matchmaking.
I mean, you're right, Jug. I mean, this is a first for me too, though. But I mean, sure, modding in custom games is all right and all that stuff, but only for that purpose. But never in my 5 years of playing Reach, though, that this is no words for this, really. This is just so sad that today's generation of Reach players, you know, some of them, of course, are just, you know, desperate enough to win like this that they had to, you know, mod a legal matchmaking game in order to boost their own favor. But thankfully, this group of people failed. Unfortunately, their mods kind of spread out to all of us and kind of affected all of us. I mean, I was able to be God for like a few minutes, you know?
You know, perhaps, Cheeto, they weren't trying to just do this to cheat. Perhaps they were just trying to mess with everyone. Because if they wanted to, they could have just modded stuff on their side of the field.
Yeah. That could be one theory, Jug, but I do have another theory though. Remember the conversation we had about how no system is perfect and everything? That there could be a glitch or a bug inside a system sometimes? I think while they were trying to mess around though, the mods caught a bug inside of them. And therefore that bug caused, you know, like a sporadic event that excuse me, my throat is a little hurting, that allowed all of us to inherit these mods for a short period of time. As long as they were there, of course, you know?
Yeah.
So if you notice, what the one side field is on the exact same on the other.
Actually, let me turn... Well, they're not exactly the same, though. Well, there's only one grid that appears there and everything, but unfortunately they trapped their own tank inside. Which is kind of really sad. I think they wanted the view. That's probably what it was.
They probably tried to use that to snipe.
Yeah. but evidently they failed. Okay, we're nearing the end of the game here, and the rest of the people are just, you know, literally trapped inside this thing.
Oh, poor people.
Look, they had to conceal themselves inside this thing. And all of us are trying to get to them, but to no avail.
Yeah, I mean, those people could go through the death ball, kill themselves, and continue fighting, but...
Yeah, so I figured, hey, I might as well try my luck. There's a small space I tried to get into, but I couldn't, so sorry about that.
Well, if all this was going on, I didn't know what was happening. I wouldn't want to stay in there too.
Me neither. And one of the top players that are in this game kind of quit out. I don't know what happened. Why was he booted? I don't know. Maybe he just quit. I don't know. Alright, but...
Might have quit because of all this.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, I tried to take out the tank, right? But then I realized that there's no straight path, and then like a dumbass, I got out at the wrong side, and yeah, failed myself.
Oh.
I know. Really sad. Okay, so... It looks like the game's gonna be over. Obviously, red team won. Woohoo! Suck it, blue. All that stuff. Yeah, I know, right? But both teams did perform admirably, even though some of them cheated. But you know what? Last kill. Might as well celebrate with that.
Game over.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Well, that was interesting.
Yes,
I have
that
never
was.
seen anything like this.
I know, right? Here, let me just get out of this film here and just, you know, allow myself to think, like, what is going on here? Oh, boy. Alright, Jug, Gigi, before I, you know, take a break or whatever, any final thoughts on this one?
I can't believe this. It's almost might worry a few people if now people can mod in a matchmaking. That's kind of scary almost.
Who are you telling? I mean, I'm a little nervous too, but I'm not gonna let these mods scare me away, really.
No.
But you know what though? Remember that one thing you said? No matter what though, we can, you know, take on anything and, you know, whatchamacallit, overcome any obstacle like this.
Yes, we can. This right here, Cheeto, proves that even when something completely unexpected happens, you know, something we would have never even imagined, the Lasik still fight on and
not give up. I got it.
control the situation.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, though, I would like to hear your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, about all this, because this is like crazy to the max. I mean, this is... You know what? I'm just gonna end it here because I'm running out of words to say about this, and I don't know if I should continue to find other anomalies like this, or maybe I should just stop here because this is just too crazy for me to handle. But okay, thank you all for, you know, tuning in. Hopefully you'll find other anomalies such as this, though. Just send them to me, I'll react. And Jug, where's Gigi?
She is right here.
Well, could you put her on so I can hear her final thoughts too?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some hacking when I do matchmaking, but nothing that out of hand.
So, Gigi, you still on?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think, Gigi? You think this is a sign of bad things to come in the community?
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Oh. Sorry, so how would you say it?
Well, I mean, those people, I'm pretty sure they were dealt with. And, you know, Bungie, though the moment they see any hacking, something like that, they're going to deal with it. And just as Jug said, we will see you pull through.
Very true. Alright, thanks, Gigi. And thank you, Jug, as well, for tuning in today. Thank you all so much for taking this time to, you know, joining me today, like I said. Right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much, like I said. You heard the final thoughts. You seen what happened right here. Hopefully, none of this crap will happen again, but if it does, I'll be there to witness it. Till then, this has been Cheeto2500. Ladies, gentlemen, and mindless C, of course. Thank you all. Have a good day.